Hello everyone, welcome to my afternoon tea time. One of my favourite teas is Lady Grey. It is a much gentler version of Earl Grey. It's got the beautiful fragrance of bergamot and it's a light strength tea. But the most exciting thing about this tea is this. Look at that. It came with a couple of these in it, and I've already been industrious and done something with it. Now, let me just pour myself a cup of tea without hopefully making a mess. Let's hope this little teapot isn't a dribbler. Oh, it smells beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, I must but I must put away my pretty doily because I don't want it getting stained. I'll just pop my tea over there. Very pretty doily, this one. It's actually a napkin, a fabric napkin, and it came with about 6 in the packet, so I was doubly blessed and 6 times blessed because I've got a lot of these I can play with and I can do all sorts of things with them. But this little gadget just had me really, really enthused earlier on when I found them. And I thought, I have got to do a couple of things with these. And I did. So I have been playing with all sorts of things here. The first thing I need to do is get some colour onto it. I could tea stain it, but that takes too long to dry and I'm so impatient today. I just want everything to be happening right now, as I'm doing it, when I want, not having to wait, very impatient. I'm just feeling very good. The weather here in Adelaide today is absolutely beautiful. We have a very good breeze blowing and it is perfect drying weather, so my laundry is out getting lovely, windy, dry. It'll be lovely and soft. It's in the shade, so it won't dry out like a piece of paper, all crispy. Now this side is rather shiny, so that's the side I'll be working on. This side is perfect for journaling on, but I still want to colour it. And I want to do it all in monochrome, which is basically 2 colours. The base will be the brown with a little gentle touch of white coming through with the different things that I'll be putting on there. I'm not being very careful while I'm tinting this. I just want it to look rather rustic. And that's the way I'm going with it. Okay, now I'll get the edges done as well, so that part is finished. I was absolutely thrilled to bits when I saw the shape of the divider in the tea box. I thought, oh my gosh, they're tags. I don't have to alter the shape. I can just do them as is. And they are absolutely perfect. I won't be able to finish this one altogether, I don't think, because I forgot to cut out the focal points, which was very naughty of me, but I can put them there and let you see what it's going to look like. And because I'd already done the other 2, I thought I would just do the majority of this one with you. Okay, that to me is looking okay. I'll leave that off because I want to do some stamping in the, now what am I using? Walnut stain. Tim Holtz walnut stain. It's my go-to colour for, if I want sepia or an antique look, that's my go-to. Now I've got to get this nicely inked up. These homemade foam stamps are absolutely brilliant, but they do take a little bit of inking for the first time. Press it down in the middle, Ruth. Okay, now I want waves going all the way down here, so I'm going to start at the top and just press down, let the ink soak into that card. Beautiful. won't matter if there's a little gap in between them or if they overlap, because that's what waders do, they overlap. I've got Aljon to thank for this type of stamp. She's the one who taught me how to do the little handles, piece of cloth tape. What do you guys call it? Not masking tape, it's duct tape, that's the one. Not, it's very strong. This is turning out really well. I'm liking it. Yes. Okay. So that's that part done now. Get my wipe out to clean off the stamp because I don't want to put it back in there all inky. Okay, put the lid back on that. They clean off really well with just a normal baby wipe. I only use cheapies. I don't go out and buy the expensive ones because I can't see the point. I'm only using them for craft. I'm not using them on a baby's bottom. Okay, that looks nice and clean. Okie doke. Throw that one in the bin. Now, where's my packet? Over here. I might just leave it to air out for a little minute so that it does dry a little bit. Now, I had a stencil that I was working with as well. This is a Lavinia stencil, absolutely gorgeous. It's just a tall leaf, what they call a tall leaf mask. And that is available through Paper Flourish here in Adelaide. And I think I might do some big circles here. Get my little brush. Circles and maybe some squares. I'm not taking it off the brush because I need a fairly good saturation to get through the other ink that I've already put on there with the stamp. But I just want to do something a little bit different to my norm. And I've been watching Julie from Paper Flourish use her beautiful Lavinia brushes, but they are a little expensive for my liking at the minute. But I will get one eventually. And her brushes are so fine that she needs to take some of the ink off. You know, she goes like that and you get a whole swatch of ink. It's just beautiful. I have to work a little harder for mine, but that's okay. Because it keeps him busy and off the streets and out of trouble, doesn't it? Of course it does. I can hear you. Have a giggle with me, because I like that if you have a giggle. Not that I'm ever on the streets and in trouble. It just sounds good, you know, keeps me off the streets and out of trouble. Okay, oh, that looks pretty. I like that. See, I didn't quite get the whole of the stencil done in the little circles. I missed some of the edges of it, so the circles aren't completely round, but that's okay too. Okay, now, I will retrieve that wipe out of the bin just to wipe over my stencil before I put it away. I don't want ink all over the place and making my stencil packet look dirty and uncared for, because that's not true. And the beauty of these is you can even do your stencil brushes with them. All nice and clean, so that the next time you pick it up to use a different colour, it's not going to bleed through with the darker colour you've just finished using. Okay, that's reasonable. Now a little sip of my tea. Cheers. Oh, that is so yummy. Okay, I'm just going to pop that over there to dry for a little minute. And I've got some of the elements ready to go on here, but they're not ready yet because they're not stained. Now that little bit I'll do the whole, no, I won't do the whole lot. I will tear it. Now this little piece of language other than English paper came out of an instruction book. You know, when you get an appliance, you get the little instruction book and it's got several languages in it. I normally just throw them in the bin, and I thought, oh no, don't do that, because you've got all those gorgeous pieces of language on there that, okay, you might not understand what they say in the genuine language, but you've got the English translation. Not that I'm going to need it while I'm crafting, for goodness sakes. Now I just want to get some more colour on that middle piece, so that it takes off a lot of the white, but just leaves the tone there just a little bit. This piece of book paper that we will stick on as well. And because this is already aged, I'm going to leave it the colour it is. Got a bit of a fold in it there. I must have had it folded somewhere when I took it out of the book. But I'm going to leave most of the original book colour there, because it is quite an old book and it's starting to go a little yellow, which is wonderful. I wonder why we get excited over old books. I know why. But to a lot of people we seem like oddbods, you know, getting excited over an old book. Okay, and a little postage thing that says no postage required if posted in Australia. We get those sometimes if, you know, companies are touting our business and they want us to send something back in an envelope. So to make it $1 something or other cheaper, they give us free postage envelopes. So I take them apart and use them for my journals. What a brilliant idea, she says to herself. Okay, the little not number thing came off the bottom of the, what's it called? Barcode. Okay, now the barcode itself. Go over that a little bit. And do the edges so that they turn out a wee bit darker. Just a little bit darker. Okay. Looking good so far. So far, so good. Now, I am going to cheat a little bit and use some double-sided tape down the center of these pieces of paper. It will help them stay put while the glue stick is drying. Because when I get impatient, I want everything to happen now. This is a white. Oh, excuse me. I don't know where that cough came from. It can go back from whence it came. Oh, I should have got my longer jaw scissors out. Those little ones are beautiful, but they are very fine, and they're not as long as these. Okay, and a little bit of the thinner tape for this little piece. I'm saving this piece of paper, and once it's finished being very busily used, I will fold it in halves or turn it over and work more on it so that it too can go into a journal. Now I have another piece of paper underneath, which is my glue paper. Did I get it all? No, I didn't get it all. I knew it. I just knew it. Okay, we'll take this piece off here. Trusty glue stick. There it is. It's hiding on me. Hiding from me, not on me, but from me. Okay, winding it out. Now this video could be, accompanied in two different places. It could be a Tag Tuesday, it could be my favourite things, it could be Tea Tuesday, but today is Wednesday, so it's just going out on its own. Sorry ladies in all those other groups, but this one is just a solitaire. Nothing to stop you from going to have a look at those things though, Tag Tuesday is Turquoise Dreaming. My favourite things is Crafting with Caroline, Dreaming with Caroline. And Tea Tuesday, I think Soleil does that one. And a few other ladies do it as well. I think Cherie does it too, from Turquoise Dreaming. So there are a few hashtags out there that you could go and have a look at if you wanted to. Okay, and this little one's going on its own because it's so tiny. I do have small tape, but it's fiddly as. I'll put the number up the top there. Cute. And I would be absolutely lost without my quick stick. It's got two ends here. It's got the little, I don't know if you can see that. Maybe on blue. Yeah, there you go. It's a little wedge that you can get underneath your tape. On the other end is a very fine point that you can use to pry your dies out of your dies if they're nice and fiddly and fancy. And on this end, that little green blob there is an actual glue thing, so you can pick up your bits like that and put them down. If you've got sequins or beads or something like that, you can use. My favourite application is the double-sided tape, a sister or assistant to get off one of those. You know what I'm saying? Okay, and this one can come down here. Okay, looking good so far. So far, so good. This is wonderful. Last thing on is the barcode, and I don't want to cover up all of the stenciling, so I'm just going to cover up some of that number piece there and the book page. Okay, now my favourite thing to do is turn it over and apply pressure that way. That way I'm not lifting anything up off the edge of the page or upsetting glue or anything like that. And I did notice a little bit went over the side, so I'm going to trim that off. Okay, now, oh, there's a little doggy bone. Cool. I can put one of these here, but I need to change the colour because I don't want it quite that light. See if I've got enough colour on the sponge. Oh, turning it, that's good. Okay, I can live with that. I do need a little bit more though, I think. Oh, that's nicer. A deeper shade of brown. I coloured all these things with coloured pencils, so sometimes I can't get the depth I require. This works well. Alright, so I'm going to use that as a little handle. I need to colour that. No, I don't. That is double-sided glue on there, and double-sided tape. So, what I will do is a little bit of a sneaky thing that I did on one of the others. I'm going to put some of the bone here, then fold it over so that the middle of the bone is folded into that piece there, and then I've got little bone pieces there. Okay, now for all intent purposes that is finished, but as I said before, I don't have my focal points prepared because I did one earlier, or did two earlier actually. Let me see if I can find something that we can just pop there to show you what it's going to look like eventually. Oh, I can put another little butterfly. As long as you can bear me doing some fussy cutting. I will try not to be overly long. Some nice brown ones, that'll do nicely. Okie doke. Now, I'm sorry to do this to you, but I really would like to get this finished and into the little journal. And then I can show you where I put the other two as well. I'm going to not worry about those little pieces down there on the butterfly. Why? Because I can't be bothered getting that fine. Doing this little bit here, his tail is bad enough. Having a little bit of trouble with my fingers. With the change of weather, arthritis kicks in, and by gee, does it give me a hurry up. But, you know, if that's the only thing I've got to complain about in life, I think I'm doing rather well. So I'm not really complaining. Just saying the way it is. Oh, the cardstock on this thing is super heavy. And these scissors are doing a mammoth job getting through it all. Now I'm cutting his little feelers off, or his antennae if you want to be correct, but I will draw them back onto the card once I've got it organized. Now I'm just going to get rid of this glue paper because I don't want stuff sticking to it. Okay, get some colour in here. No, we'll get the backing tape off first, I think. No, we won't. We'll get the colour in there first. Because once the backing paper is off, it gets super sticky. And I don't want to be handling super sticky stuff at the minute. Because there's enough sticky stuff around at the moment. Okie doke. And I think I'll off-center this one, put it over here, so that we can still see some of the stenciling through there, here and here. Okay, biro. Just got those little white bits with the black pen to disguise them a little bit. That's better. Okay, and there we have my little tag made. Thank you so very, very much for sticking with me. I hope this video has been interesting for you. Now I will just bring in my little book and show you the other two that I've already made. These are bits and pieces that will go into the journal as well. But I put one in here. This one has a little brown wombat, the bone, and a doggy paw, which I thought was very cute. And the other one is here with the butterfly, and I put the bone up full and just backed the top of it with a piece of white paper, which I then use the ink to stain. And that one can go in there. And let's find a home for the one I've just made. I don't think I've got too many empty pockets around at the moment. That one is a bit too short. This is too long. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, cool. Move over, Fido. You've got company. Okay, so that's my tags put away. As I was saying, thank you very much for coming to see me and to watch me make another tag. I've fallen in love with tags this year for some reason. They're just wonderful, easy things to do. And I will ask you to leave a comment if you so desire. Let me know if you enjoyed it. And I hope to see you back at the next video. Take care. Stay safe. Bye for now.